All
All
right,
right.
everybody.
Yeah.
Season three, week 14
Week
rivalry week.
14, the best weekend of the year, rivalry week.
It's a great week, man. What
Yeah.
a bunch of great games.
Right.
I am sporting some old rivalry throwbacks from this weekend. Bama Auburn, obviously, every year is traditional.
Right.
Sporting the Michael Irvin jersey that we went down there. I don't know if you remember Thanksgiving weekend one year
Sure, I remember. Yeah,
when they
against
played
Notre
Notre
Dame.
Dame. Right.
Yeah.
Remember, I got the shorties, whole tray of beers with shorties.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I'm wearing that. But my heart's with Pitt because my
Right.
daughter went there, so I got the Pitt underneath.
Right.
But I had to support the
We'll
Urban.
get to that game.
Yeah. All right. So
So
it
we,
looks like Lane Kiffin is holding everybody's, you know, picks on
right.
on the sideline, so he decides where he's going. Except for Okie State, Nick. Did you see they hired North Texas
They
coach?
hired Eric Morris from Texas. So,
North Texas.
North Texas, right? Thanks. Sorry. North Texas. And he's had, I guess, I don't know too much about him, but I guess he's run a big, good program there. And so they're looking for a coach now.
That's a
And
good hire by them, man. Okie
yeah,
State. I
yeah,
mean, you don't think UCLA would love to have him, or California, or Stanford, or even Penn State? That guy's an offensive innovator, I guess, right? They
yeah. I mean,
love the up
and
tempo offense.
it's a good match because
Arkansas wouldn't want him. Are you kidding me?
I'm
I
sure
mean,
they did, but maybe Okie State, they have the most money. I mean, I know Boone Pickens passed away, but maybe they
yeah.
still have that money.
His family kind of stiffed them once he died, though.
Right,
They got a little light in the pocket once he died.
right.
Like
Oh,
he committed all this money, then he died, and they're like, well,
yeah,
Boone didn't really mean what he said. He was sick at the
yeah,
time, so
yeah.
they shortchanged him a little bit. So they don't have
Right.
as much money as you think, but great hire. Great hire by them. I hope it works out for Okie State because they have a battered fan base, right?
Right.
I mean, they are just like, Jesus, what are you going to do to us
Yeah, they've
next
had a
kind of fan base?
tough 2 or 3 years, man. I mean, this
Yeah,
year's been tough.
yeah. And so here's what I'm hearing. You ready?
Yeah.
Arkansas going coordinator route. Auburn, John Summerall looks like that's the guy.
From Tulane,
Florida,
the
huh?
Tulane coach.
The
John
Tulane coach.
Summerall from Tulane.
Yep. Florida and LSU are fighting for Kiffin,
Right.
or he stays at Ole Miss, right? And if
Right.
he goes to one of those two, then the Ole Miss job opens up, obviously.
Right.
Okie State's higher. Penn State apparently is in love with the JMU coach.
Rob Chesney.
Yeah, Bob Chesney. They want him. UCLA is trying to get not Jim Mora, but the coach from Jed Fish
Oh, the
from
coach from
Washington. They're trying to get
Washington.
him to jump ship to UCLA. I don't know about California State, but that's what I've heard. I was on online looking at a bunch of podcasts where people are saying what's going on with their particular school, and that's what they're saying.
Yeah, I think that's
Uh,
probably solid.
yeah, yeah, those are all good hires for everybody, but when they take it from another school, obviously it opens up another job. So, looks like Baylor, Florida State, Maryland, Whiskey are staying pat. Um, it's a money issue, right, Nick?
Right. I mean, it's a money, and also you got to consider a coaching change is a big thing. It's
Yeah,
not any you're going to take a few steps back. I mean, you're not going to be like Gundy was like Mike Gundy, the Oklahoma State coach. I mean, yeah, he hit a bad rut, but he won 170 games there
yeah,
and lost 90.
yeah, yeah. He was a good coach there when he was good.
Right.
He just lost an appetite for the recruiting and the nil and all that stuff, and,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
that buried him.
Yeah.
All right, give us the playoff bracket as it was released, late because of basketball, but here we are.
Yeah. It's a little okay, I think I've got it here. Hang on. Um 12 Tulane versus the Tulane Green Wave versus number at and Lubbock, Texas against number 5 Texas Tech. And Number nine, Notre Dame Fighting Irish would go to Norman, Oklahoma to play number eight, the Sooners. Miami is 9-2. They would be the 11th seed, and I think they play.
Oregon. They're going to Oregon now.
Yeah, that's right. They go to Oregon, and
So
then
Cristobal coming back to Oregon.
right, right,
How
and then
how
Alabama, number 10 against Ole Miss, I think,
right. But how
and
epic
then
would that be battle be? Miami and
right,
Oregon in Hudson. Woo, that'd be
right.
fun.
Right. And then the four seeds, top four basically held served this week.
Yeah,
Georgia at number four. Um, Texas A&M's got a big game coming up on Friday. Number two is Indiana Hoosiers. And number one, Ohio State. And they got a big game as well.
yeah, yeah. Big games all around.
Right. Best week of the
Or
year.
yeah, yeah. Last week of the SEC, most teams took off because they're weak sauce, and I guess they're not going to do it next year because they're taking on nine SEC games, like the Big Ten has nine conference games. So they can't schedule a Chattanooga at the end of the year or whoever the hell they played, Northern Illinois. I don't know who
Right.
they played. But some of the SEC schools did play, like Oklahoma, and they
Right.
looked great against Missouri, shut them down. Defensively, Oklahoma's elite.
Right.
Probably the best defensive team in the country, wouldn't you say?
I would say so. Them and Ohio State.
Yeah. Yeah. Ohio State hasn't really played anyone
Right.
per se, man. I mean, the schedule's the schedule. Who they've played, they've shut down, but I don't think they've played the same competition as Oklahoma. Let's just say that. Oklahoma's
Okay.
schedule is brutal. I mean,
Right.
they ran
Oh,
it
no,
down.
no question about that. I mean,
Yeah.
Oklahoma's schedule is tougher than Ohio State's schedule.
Yes. Yes. Notre Dame, obviously 70-7, 21 nothing without the offense ever touching the field,
Yeah,
35 nothing in the first quarter.
right. That was crazy. Yeah.
I mean, that's just I don't know. I don't know what's right about that. I guess style points as they're trying to do, but man, Syracuse. I don't know where you go if you're Syracuse. I mean, what is it? Fred Brown is their coach, right?
Yeah, yeah. Fran
Fran Brown,
Brown.
good
I
coach.
think they get rated pretty heavily for players. They get rated by other schools for
Oh, right.
players.
He's a
He
good
doesn't have a
coach,
lot of
man.
depth.
He
Like
develops players, and then they
when
leave
his
for the
quarterback
money.
went down, Angeli from Notre Dame,
Yeah,
that was it. They didn't have another guy.
yeah. Texas, they played in the conference, beat Arkansas badly.
Right,
Gave up 37 points though, but
right.
they hung 52 on Arkansas. Um, Oregon looked great against USC, I thought. First
Yeah, they
game
didn't.
they
Yeah,
really were
Oregon's
gelling.
D is pretty tough too.
Yeah. They got fucking dudes everywhere, man.
Right,
It's five-star Mickey D's all over that roster, man.
right.
They got players. Vandy took it out on poor Kentucky.
Yeah,
Uh, Mark Stoops may be on the hot seat, Nick.
maybe, but he's had a good run there. He's been
He
there at
has.
least 10 years.
It might be time for him to go, actually, to move
Yeah,
on, right?
right.
Um, Pitt 28 nothing right out of the gate against at Tech. Basically knocked Tech out of the playoff. They're done, right? They're out.
Pitt creamed them, right?
Creamed them
I mean,
42-28. Yeah.
yeah,
And then BYU, everyone liked the Natty. Oh no, this is a trap game for BYU. BYU, all they do is win games.
right. They're physical.
And
Yeah,
they beat you up and down the field,
right.
man. Unbelievable. All right, we had a good week, Nick. We're back above the Mendoza line for the
Yeah,
week.
we finally had a winning team, winning record. The lock of the week didn't do too
Let's
well,
not
but
talk about
we're gonna
that.
get to that.
I was 12-10. You were 12-8.
Fi-
Um,
Finally, we're above water for a
yeah,
minute.
you went four over. That was a nice week for you.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Miami, Miami won 34-17. You had the under there, which did cash. We played ties as wins, so I had it right on the number. We
Okay.
both had Mizzou getting 9.5, and they lost 17-6.
Right.
Did they go for two or they kicked two field goals? I don't know which way they went.
I can't
Um,
remember. Sorry.
that's okay. we both loved SMU, right? We thought, and we talked about it, that we thought Louisville was done. Louisville's done. Now they're
Yeah,
officially
they're
done.
yeah,
They're
they're
cooked.
unbelievable, though.
Yeah, SMU killed them 38-6. SMU's back in the picture, by the way. Both like Delaware, we thought they would play Wake tough. Wake beat them pretty badly, 52 to
I didn't
14.
mean to interrupt you, but you were saying about SMU. That's kind of an interesting place. Let me get what your take on this. Like a lot of schools, I think Arkansas, maybe some other ones, are looking at I think his name's Rhett Lashley
Yeah.
is the coach at SMU. And I think he's like, I'm staying here, you
Well, they
know?
got more money than God.
They got oil money.
They got a
It's in
ton of oil
Dallas.
money. They're in a soft conference in the ACC,
Right,
and he knows he can get in the playoffs every year and compete for a
right,
championship. Why
right.
would you leave?
Yeah, exactly.
Those are
Yeah,
the
it's
things you
interesting
need.
though. I mean, people are like, "Yeah, come to Arkansas." And they're like, well, he's like, "Well, I don't know, man." You know.
Yeah, right.
I'm
Um,
sorry, I didn't mean to
that's okay.
interrupt.
That's okay. We thought Delaware would step up their game to try to impress a Power Four team, and it just shows you the difference between like a Delaware going into the deep water for the first time, right?
Right,
Against a Wake Forest, who's a pretty weak Power Four team, throttling them 52 to
right,
14. The
right,
disparity in talent that shows to you right there.
right.
Kansas +4 at Iowa State. We both liked Iowa State. They won big 38-14. Washington State getting 13 and a half at JMU. I really like JMU to blow them out, and they did, and it
Man,
hurt
you
them.
have to, but you have to
Yeah, it
give
hurt them in the
Washington State
rankings, though.
credit.
They
You
fell
know.
out, and you took Wazoo, which was a good call by
Well,
you.
because whoever their coach, I forget who their coach is, but they go. This is like their third time, I think. I think they've been to Virginia twice this year.
Oh, okay.
You
That
know,
was
and
that was they played them tough, and that game
they
was
take
back
these
and
long
forth.
flights, and it doesn't matter. They get out and they play ball, tough.
Yeah,
So you
I
got to
like
tip your
Notre
hat to
Dame.
them.
You like Cuse,
Did
obviously.
I?
You
Oh
did.
boy, I'm out of. Oh geez.
Yeah. Arkansas. I liked Arkansas to play Texas tough. You like the overhit big time, obviously. And Arkansas got throttled. They lost by more than 10. Michigan State, 20-17. Iowa barely beat them. And I took Iowa thinking they're going to throw up them pretty good. They didn't. And I took the under, which hit though, and you took the under, which also hit. Game of the week, won again, Oregon. We both took Oregon. Now it's 27-7 over the last 2 years.
Well, that's fantastic.
That's
Well
where the
done,
money should be
Fernando.
put,
Well
boys and
done.
girls. Who's ever out there who's gambling on these games, game of the week is where the money is. And this week it's Ohio State, Michigan. So Kentucky getting 10 against Vandy. I like Vandy. You like the under. The under did not hit.
Yeah.
Vandy did, though. Vandy throttled them 45-17. K-State getting 60 and a half at Utah. I like the under, which I don't know what I was thinking. You like K-State, which hit 51-47. Utah barely beat them. K-State had 472 yards rushing.
Right, right. And their coach was in the post game press conference was disconsolate. He was just like, "Man, we 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 gave it everything we had, you know."
Yeah, they
And
had the game won several
right,
times. The game kept giving it back. We both thought the Terps would step up, and show a little fight. They did, and they lost 45-20.
yeah, it was really disappointed. I was really disappointed in that, you
Yeah, I
know.
was there. It was terrible. They just don't make enough plays, against good
Right,
teams to win games or even to
right,
keep them close.
right.
Defensively, they're just not there. They're too young. I like Coastal against South Carolina. Thinking bad South Carolina would show up. They didn't. You
Right.
took the over, which hit, and South Carolina beat them 51-7. Another small, G5 team playing a Power Four team, 51-7. And Carolina is not that good this year. That's a team that's been waffling, right? They're not even going to play in a bowl game.
Right.
And Coastal got throttled by 44 points. That
Yeah.
just shows you it's
Right.
unbelievable. We both like Nebraska. It was the lock. Penn State beat them 37-10.
Yeah, beat him, crushed him.
Yeah, crushed them. The other consideration is Terry Smith for Penn State. All the players want him. I don't know if you've seen this
Right.
big wave of Terry Smith fans.
But I mean, has that ever worked?
Not only has it never worked, but they're not going to hire him.
Yeah.
And he's just not the right color for that demographic. They would never hire a black coach. And they had Franklin, but Franklin, I'm not sure what the hell. I don't think they ever liked Franklin. They hired Franklin. The AD
He
liked
won a lot of
Franklin.
games. He's a good coach, James Franklin. Very
He
good
is a
coach.
good coach. But Terry Smith even played at Penn State. I don't think they go there. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think it's not even remote. And I think they're going to lose a bunch of players because of it. So we'll see. Pittsburgh getting 2.5 at Georgia Tech throttled them 42-28. Wow, I didn't have that. I had Tech, and you had the under. Neither of those
Yeah.
hit.
That
Um,
worked out well.
yeah, we both like whiskey, and I also like the under. 27-10 whiskey beat Illinois and basically knocked them out of any contention. Tennessee getting no laying 3.5 at Florida, 31-11. As you said, Florida's ass. They're just
Yeah.
not very good.
Right.
You took the under. I took Tennessee. That both hit. We both took BYU. We weren't biting the cheese, even though it was there to be bit, and everyone said, "Oh my God, the natty, the natty, the natty." Why is that line so low? And I kept saying, "Why is that line so low?"
Right.
26-14, BYU thumped them. And then UW, we knew UCLA was cooked, and UW beat them 48-14. Good win by Washington in
Right.
in in LA. So for the year, I'm 136 and 126, 51.9%. You're 110 and
Well done.
116. Thank you.
Okay. We got to get me
48.67%.
over the hump,
So
over the
here we go.
500 line.
Rivalry week, big week. Every
Right.
game
The biggest week.
has a lot of meaning to it, right? Every game
Right.
is really important. Most are deciding whether you're going to continue on or not
Right.
in the playoffs, not necessarily you're going to get a bowl game. Most of these teams will be in a bowl. All right. Navy getting 5.5 at Memphis. 59.5 is the over under.
I'm going to take the over.
And so am I.
All right.
I think this is going to be a back and forth game. I don't know who's going to win it, but I think the team with the last possession, I think wins the game. Utah minus 13.5 at Kansas.
Utah is one of these teams we've learned to stay away from, but I'll take the under here.
The under 58.5.
Right.
And I can't quit Utah. I'm going to take Utah here.
All right. I understand.
I think they thump.
Right.
I think they have to thump them if they want to stay in the race to get in the
Right.
playoff. So I think they're going to take it out on Kansas. Ole Miss getting 7.5 in Starkville. Whoo, that's a
Can
fun
you
game.
imagine if Lane loses this one? Oh boy.
Yeah. If he loses, they're out. They're out of the
Yeah.
playoff. If he
Yeah.
loses,
And he's
they're
never
out.
setting foot in Mississippi
Yeah,
again.
they're out. Then
He's out
Miami's
too.
in. Yeah, they're out. He
Yeah.
loses, they're out. This is a playoff game for them. So I'm going to take Ole Miss. I don't think they're going to lose. I
I
think
don't
they're
think
going
they're
to
going to
win.
lose
I
either.
think
I'll
they're
take
going to
Old
win big.
Miss,
Huh?
giving the 7.5.
You like Ole Miss too?
Yeah.
All right, Iowa favored by 5.5 at Nebraska. I am going to take the Iowa under here. 38.5. I think the game goes under. I have no idea who's going to win. This is going to be one of the
Yeah, I don't
uglier
know.
offensive games of the year. This is going to be terrible to watch.
Yeah, I take the under there. It's awfully low. It's under 39 points, but I'll take it.
Yeah. Nikki, stay back. Don't rock forward. Your
Oh,
camera goes
sorry.
fuzzy when you rock forward. It's okay.
Sorry.
Georgia, 12.5 at Georgia Tech.
So this
It's
game, this wasn't this like a four overtime game last year in
eight,
Athens?
eight overtimes,
Eight overtime.
eight overtime game.
I mean, maybe I'm going to say that last week's game against Pitt was just a terrible game. And I think I'll take the Ramblin' Wreck and give the points or
I
get
don't
the
think it
yeah, get
was.
the
I
points.
I think they're done. I think
Yeah.
they're cooked because of last week, and I'm going to take Georgia in a beatdown.
All right.
I think last year Georgia was like looking towards the playoff.
Right.
They were undefeated at that point. They were
Right.
11-0 going to that game and
Right.
kind of breezed in and then got thumped. Didn't get thumped, but they got played down to the end. I don't think they do that this year. I think they thump Georgia Tech this year.
Okay. Hey, Kirby, like we discussed last week, maybe I'm not sure if we were on the show or not. Kirby Smart is the best coach around.
He is the best coach in college football today.
Yeah.
There's no one better. I,
Right.
I completely agree. Arizona, 5.5 point, 1.5 point favorite at Arizona State. Wow. In Tempe.
Um, I'm going to go with the Sun Devils here at home, Kenny Dillingham's team.
So am I. But by the way, Dillingham's flirting with the SEC also, but he is an Arizona State alum, so I think that's keeping him there for right now. Um, I like Arizona State here at home. A&M, here we go. 2.5 point favorites in Austin against
Yeah, this
Texas.
is the Friday. Just to let everybody know, this is the Friday night game.
The matinee. No, no,
Right.
that
Night.
is the marquee game
Right.
Friday night.
Right.
Yep,
In Austin.
in Austin. And I think Texas got a miracle in them. I'm going to pick Texas here.
Okay.
I
I'm
don't
going to go
think
with
it
the
matters
Aggies to
much.
keep it rolling.
A&M's in.
Right.
A&M's in the playoff. Even if they
Right.
lose, they're in. I don't think
But there's
Austin.
what they call hard feelings between these two teams,
Yes. Oh my
schools,
God.
and fan
I
bases.
don't think they can. Texas can get it even with a win here. So I almost think A&M doesn't want to win. I hate to say it because I think they'd love to have that week off
Right.
and then the home game in the playoffs.
Right.
Because the four teams that got buys last year all lost. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah. I just can't bet on Texas. I mean, every time I look at Sarkisian and I look at his players and they never have a dirt, there's no dirt on their uniforms. I mean,
So you
they're
go with
like kind of
A&M.
what?
Yeah. You go
They're
with
kind of
A&M.
like a no grit team, Texas,
Yeah.
you
And
know?
A&M is all grit. They're
All grit, yeah.
full grit, right? All right, you got A&M there. I'm going to take Texas.
All right.
Don't ask me why, I just am.
No,
Um, Indiana, 28.5 point favorite at Purdue in West Lafayette. Poor Purdue. They're going to get waxed. I'm
right.
going to take Indiana here big.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to do it because I don't like, coaches run up the score, but Signetti loves to run up the score.
I see 55-3 here.
Yeah.
That's what I see. Who do you want?
I'm gonna go with shoot.
52 and a half.
52 is the under 50. I'll take the under.
Oh, you're crazy, man. I think Indiana could cover the under by itself, especially
Yeah.
after what Notre Dame did last week with the 70. They're probably like, oh, you want to score 70? We'll show you what 70 looks like. Notre Dame, 32.5 point favorites at Stanford. Now, this is a different beast. And I only say that because Notre Dame's got to fly across the country to play at Stanford. I think it's Saturday morning or 12 o'clock, whatever that is. I'm going to take Stanford here, getting 32.5 points. I think Frank Reich will get them up. They'll lose by 17, 21 points, but I don't think they lose by 32. I
I
just
agree
don't.
with you. I'm gonna go with we'll go with the Cardinal here.
Florida State getting 3.5 at Florida. Florida
I don't
State
want to hear about
joke.
Florida. I don't want to hear about senior day. I don't want to hear anything, the Gators have played terribly since Billy Napier left,
Yeah.
you know? I
With
mean,
that being said, I'm going to take Florida.
you know, I,
I think Florida State's worse. Florida State, talk about gutless and no heart and clean uniform. That's Florida State. They are they are cooked. They are awful. I'm taking Florida here.
Man, this.
52 and a half is the over under.
All
And I'm
right,
going to
you
double it
talked
up
me
with
into it. I'll take I'll join you on the Gators. You're never going to hear the end of this.
I am also going to take the under.
All right,
I don't think this is a high scoring affair.
all right,
Miami, because neither of those teams can score any points.
right.
Miami, 6.5 point favorites at Pittsburgh.
So
51 and a half.
one thing with just coincidentally, this is going to be a weather week in the upper Midwest and Northeast. So just
Yeah.
it'll be about freezing, maybe a little snow in this game.
And I'm going to take the over in this game, 51 and a half. I think this is a gunfight. I think Pitt shows up. I think Miami shows up. And we're going
Okay.
to have a lot of scoring. That's
Okay,
what
I'm
I
going to take
predict.
Miami and give the points, the Hurricanes.
Game of the week, Ohio
Right,
State, 11 and a half point favorites in Ann Arbor at Michigan. 44 and a half is the over under. I thought about this game all week, Nick,
right,
and I think I talked to a friend of ours, Butch, today, who's a big Michigan fan, and he thinks, and he's an ex-football coach, and he thought that Ryan Day coaches differently at this game because the Michigan, streak is in his head. Like he's thinking
right,
about it, constantly making different decisions than he normally does against like an Iowa because it's Michigan.
right,
So when a coach tells me that, Butch was an ex-coach and he's currently a coach as well for girls flag football. When they tell me that, then I know what I like. I like Michigan, and I also like the under, low scoring affair here. Michigan and the
okay.
under for me here.
Okay, I'm going to take the over in this game.
You're going over. See, there you go.
Yeah,
You think it's going to be high scoring affair.
yeah,
Both the Michigan Ohio State receivers have both been hurt, and they're coming back for this game because if they don't play in this game, then they're dead in Columbus,
right,
right? They're mud,
right.
they're
Yeah, this
soft,
is all hands on deck.
but they're hurt. They're playing hurt.
Right.
Um, Clemson getting 2.5 at South Carolina.
Um,
Clemson getting 2.5.
right. They played better against Louisville 2 weeks ago. I think they beat Furman on Saturday, and now they're up. You don't know. I think good South Carolina will show up, and good South Carolina will win and cover.
Okay, 2.5 is basically a pick 'em, right?
Right,
And I'm
right,
going to take. I don't think so. I think Clemson beats them. I think Coach Carolina doesn't show up, and I think Dabo wants to say, "Hey, man, I'm still here. All these jobs have come up. No one's mentioning my name. What about me? Guys won
right,
2 national championships. He's a really good coach. He
right,
hasn't really embraced the nil or the transfer portal yet. But when that guy does, it's going to be a problem.
right,
Clemson's got money. They're willing to spend it on football. He just hasn't done it. And if he leaves there, wherever he goes, it's going to be a program with money that's willing to do it. And he'll have to embrace it to be successful. And he will. And I think he really wants to beat South Carolina, who's spending money like nobody's business, and they still suck.
right.
I mean, it's just bad money they're spending, I guess.
But they don't get anything for it.
Yeah, they're getting nothing for it, right? It's
They
just
were,
spending bad money.
they were ahead of
Yeah,
A&M by like 4 touchdowns.
right, right, and lost. Yeah, 30-3 at halftime.
Uh, Bad South
Texas,
Carolina came out.
Texas Tech favored by 21 and a half in Morgantown.
Right. Maybe
Wild
some
and
weather,
wonderful.
weather in West by God, Virginia.
Yeah, 36 degrees high, some snow.
Yeah.
I come on. The Morgantown going to show up. Rich Rod going to get him up for this game, last game of the year. No, Texas
Nobody's
Tech.
going to be there, right?
Yeah, Texas Tech and a thumping. They're going to kill
Yeah.
him. Oh
I'm
no,
going to go with the under.
it'll be sold out.
Yeah.
It's West Virginia, man. It's the only game in
Yeah.
town. Vanderbilt, this is a really intriguing game to me. Vanderbilt getting 2.5 at Tennessee. Vandy trying to spread their wings a little bit, show who's the boss in the state. I think Tennessee's going to show them who the boss is. I think Tennessee thumps them here. I
Yeah, I
like
think I
Tennessee
like
here.
Tennessee's been playing better. I think
I,
I like Tennessee as well.
yeah, I think they got better athletes, obviously,
Right.
and I think they're going to show it this week. Wisconsin getting 2.5 at Mini in Minneapolis. 38.5 over under 27 degrees at game time.
Yeah. Um,
Ah, is
this
Wisconsin
is
going
going
to
to be
keep
the same game
surging?
as the Iowa-Nebraska game, right?
Yeah. So you like the under here?
Yeah. That's
38
a,
and
I
a
mean,
half.
that's a low. I'm going to take the over just because it's so low. I mean, 38 and a half. I'm going to go over that.
Those teams are pretty anemic, though. I mean, the
Right.
offenses have been pretty. I'm going to take Mini here at home.
Okay.
Senior day. They're going to get
Yeah.
up for it, and they're going to play well. Scotty's going to row the boat, and they're going to win. All right. UCF, 18.5 point underdogs at BYU in Provo. Man, I like BYU to thump these guys. I think UCF is going to come from Orlando. I don't know. You didn't have weather on this game, but it's got to be cold or
It's
snowy,
not going to
right?
be warm in
It's
Provo
Utah,
in late
right?
November.
UCF's going to show up with all those Florida boys. They're going to be like, "What is going on here?" They're going to lose the game at the airport when they're getting off the plane.
Right.
BYU here, big, and they want to impress the committee. They're at number 11. They're on the cusp of getting in the playoff too.
I'm going to take, shoot, that's a lot of points, man. I'll take the under.
Under, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here's some of the better games. I mean, these
Yeah.
are all great,
Yeah. Then
obviously.
we get to one of the better games on the slate, the Iron
Alabama.
Bowl.
Alabama only favored by 4.5 at Auburn. Did everyone forget that Auburn's been terrible?
Right.
Yeah, DJ Durkin's taken over and they've found a little something something, right? By the way, he's up for that job too, but they prefer Summerall to DJ. But DJ's interviewed for the job. DJ Durkin, the old Turk coach, killed the
Right.
player, had to fire him. Understandable. But he was getting Maryland going when he got fired. 4.5 points. I don't get it. I don't understand, Nick. Back up a little bit.
Be-
I don't
because
understand.
um
How is
that's just
that?
it's just that those there's so many times in the past when they've gone down to Auburn,
Right.
Nick Saban, how loaded team, and it's just different down there. It's
Yeah, it
just
is.
like
I agree. I agree. But Auburn is not very good this year, man. And that's when
right,
Auburn was like at this point 7-4 or 8-3, or even I'll even take 6-5. What are
right.
they like 4-8, 4-7,
I don't
three
know
and eight? I
exactly.
mean, they're terrible.
Yeah.
They're terrible. And they played teams tough recently, but they're still losing. And they're going to lose this game. They're going to lose this game badly. Bama by like 14, 17 here. Bama's going to be like, okay, you think you're something? No, you're nothing.
Oh, you convinced me. I'm taking the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Roll Tide, roll. All right, Oregon, another sneaky good game here going into Seattle to play Washington, favored by
Right.
6.5.
Could be interesting, right? I think take the Huskies.
You are going to take the
Yeah.
Huskies. You dub.
Yeah.
Wow. I am not. I'm going to take Oregon. I'm going to think they realize this is a playoff game too. By the way,
Right.
they lose, they're out. They're out.
They're
They're
not going
out.
to lose, but there's a cushion of points there.
Oh, you think Oregon wins by 3? I guess, or 4?
It was 6.5. What do you have?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Oregon wins the game also, and I think they cover. I think they win by 7. I think this will be a close game though.
Yeah.
UW, they're so much better at home than they are on the road. LSU, here we go, getting 10.5 at Oklahoma. For Oklahoma, a playoff game. You lose, you're out. 3 losses, you're done. LSU, They beat
Does
Western
anybody know what's
Kentucky
going on down there? I mean,
13-10.
is Nussmeier's out, I guess, and they're
Yeah,
going with.
I think he's protecting himself so he don't get hurt before the
Okay,
NFL.
I understand that. They're going with Van Buren at quarterback, or
Yeah, Michael Van Buren, right? Who's a local kid from here, St.
right,
Francis Academy.
right.
We recruited him. Maryland recruited him really hard. He's a nice kid, good quarterback. He's not
Just
Nussmeier, and he needs time, and he'll
right.
probably be the quarterback next year. But needless to say, Oklahoma's defense is elite. LSU can't score anyhow. They scored 13 against Western Kentucky. But I don't think Oklahoma's offense has been that good. So I'm just going to play the under here, under 38 and a half.
Okay, that's legit.
What do you like?
I mean, I'll take LSU plus 10 and a half, but that's crazy after they played so badly against Western Kentucky.
Yeah. But you think they show up for this game, I
I think
guess.
they show up in Oklahoma.
Okay. Um, if they win against Oklahoma, that would be a huge win
Yeah,
for LSU, for the program in general.
right,
Be terrible for Oklahoma.
right.
Maryland getting 3.5
Uh,
at Michigan State. They're playing this game in Detroit at the Lions
oh, it's in the
Stadium.
dome.
It is in the dome.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, shoot. Okay.
So weather
Thanks.
doesn't really matter, but I like the Terps here, Nick.
I'm going to take the
I
Terps
just
as
gotta
well.
they got a game in them, and Michigan
Right.
State's in disarray, man. I
I
mean,
mean,
we're in
we've taken a
disarray.
lot of losses this month,
Yeah,
thinking they had a game in them. Hopefully, they got one in them this time. I'm going to go with Terps too.
yeah. I was trying to figure out a way to go fly in for that game and fly out after the game, but the airlines don't work.
It's too tough. Yeah,
The last flight leaving there is like at 5:30, and I wouldn't make it.
yeah.
So it's too bad. I wanted to go to that game. All right, UCLA getting
I
19
can't
and a
hold
half.
time out for a minute. Remember that time you went to the Penn State, Michigan State game in East Lansing when they had the horizontal ice storm?
Yeah,
You
that was this
would you go
weekend.
back?
It was this weekend.
Yeah, would you go back to that? In a dome, I would go. I wouldn't go to East Lansing in
No,
November. I mean,
yeah, it was
that's
going to be
tough.
in Detroit. That's the only reason I wanted to go. I'm
Yeah,
not going back to
okay.
East Lansing ever again.
All right.
I went to East Lansing for basketball though. I went for the
Oh,
Maryland
okay.
Michigan State game. Um,
Right.
so last game of the week, UCLA getting 19 and a half at USC in the Coliseum.
I'm gonna
I,
go. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
I'm gonna just take the over here. I think it's a high scoring affair.
Right.
I think UCLA scores a lot of points. I think USC, they're both defensively are terrible. I
Right.
think this is going to be a gunfight, and I think USC eventually wins it. I don't know if they even cover it, but I'm just take the over
Okay.
58 and a half.
I'm gonna go the opposite way. I'm gonna take the under there.
Okay. All right. So the lock is at five
Let
and
me
eight.
take. Yeah, let me take you through it. So it's basically we're just trying to get it to 500 for the season. It's just Nebraska was just a disaster last week. It was, thank God we didn't bet on Florida because that would have
we
been worse.
could call
But
it the fate of the week.
yeah, yeah, exactly. It might be time to go in opposite man territory, but yeah. I
So
mean, Penn
talk to
State
me.
had
What do you
200,
got?
231 yards rushing, a bundle.
Who?
Oh, last week I was talking about who do I like this week? I'm going to go with it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a dogfight. I'm going to go with Tennessee.
Tennessee over
Give
over
me two and a
Vandy.
half against Vanderbilt.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Vanderbilt getting 2.5, right?
right. Vols.
Yep. I like that. In Rocky Top. They just got more talent
Right,
than Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's hard and they play tough, but it's a 2.5. It's basically a pick 'em a money line pick.
right,
A field goal, they win, they cover.
right.
So I like the pick. I think that's going to hit. I
All
like
right.
that
Hopefully
pick.
we got to get right.
Yeah. Yes, we did. Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. No RIP this week, Nick.
No RIP.
Okay.
Rodney Rogers passed away, the former basketball player who was badly injured in a ATV accident. That's kind of tough.
Oh, we
hope
saw him
he's,
play in college.
yeah,
Number
he was a
54,
great
man.
player at Wake Forest, great basketball player.
Yeah, he was a great player. He was
Yeah,
tough.
yeah.
All right. Well,
All
happy
right. Happy
Thanksgiving. Enjoy your
Thanksgiving.
family. We're going to be in
Everybody
here.
enjoy the games.
The Madhouse begins tomorrow in earnest, and Thursday, I'm into the liquor. Okay. And this weekend,
Right,
I'm watching a lot of basketball this week. I mean, a lot of football this weekend.
right.
And then the Terps play tonight against Gonzaga at 9:30.
Oh, okay.
So that should be a fun game as well.
All right. Let's go watch it.
Yeah, let's do it. All right,
All
man.
right. Good
See you,
seeing you,
man.
brother. Happy
Bye.
Thanksgiving to
Happy
everybody.
Thanksgiving.
Take
See you.
care.